Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Redwood 4200 FL fifth wheel. You guys have picked a beautiful unit. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, try to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A few things taken into consideration when you're parking. On your campsite, you actually have 3 slides. Unusual, most are on the other side, so you got 3 on your campsite. Leave plenty of room for them, as well as your awning, excuse me. So you can have awning and slides on this side, so leave lots of room on your campsite. Then your off campsite, besides your 3 slides over here, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Got a big rig, you want to make sure you park where you can get your power cord there. Got a big long 30-foot cord amp goes in here. 50 amp cord in there, and then your docking station for all of your water is going to be up toward the front, so get you a big long water hose as well. Once we park, unhook our hitch. Next thing we're going to do is level our unit. Unit comes with this Lippert auto leveling system. First thing I want to point out, make sure your vehicle is completely out of the way, because the first thing that's going to happen on this is your whole front is going to dip. So we're going to come up in here, turn on your auto leveling system. It says ready. We're just going to touch auto level. Ground, your legs are going to dip down. Again, make sure your cabinet doors are closed. Anything's moved out of the way. And then the next thing that's going to happen is your auto leveling system is going to go down. It's just going to lift your front up a little bit, start running them down as well at the same time. So as these are running down, it's going to take your unit a few minutes to get level and stable. Once it's level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. See those run down. There's this one. And bring the front up. It's going to move around a little bit. Once it's done, we can hook up our power and water. Again, 751 Clio. Open this up. You can turn this to the side to run the cord through there. Big, long 50 amp cord. Pull it out by hand. We turn it with 2 hands. One hand on here, one hand guiding this back and forth on your spool inside. At the end of that 50 amp service, you need to plug into a campsite somewhere to 30 amp. We have the dog bone that'll bring you from 50 down to 30 amp, and also in your convenience pack a 30 to 15 amp reducer in case you need to plug into a 110. Just remember, running off 110, you don't want to run a bunch of ACs, etc. You only want to run off what the power that you're supplying with. So once our unit's level and stable, you come up in here and you'll have a green light right in the middle. We go ahead and hook up our water now. At campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection. First and foremost, a water pressure regulator. These water pressure regulators are going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use these when hooking up water. You don't know what the water pressure is, so use these. Hook it up here where it says city water. Come up here and turn your handles to the way it says city water. White down, green to the left, red up, blue to the left. We're set up for city water. Hooked up to city water here with our water pressure regulator. One more step, and that's come up here to your Truma hot water heater. Make sure this will hang here. I'm going to send you a separate video on this system as well. Just make sure that that is on, your pressure regulator is down, and your plug is in, your filter here. But I'm going to send you a separate video on this. Really simple system. Really cool hot water on demand system. Once that's set, you can go ahead and turn your hose on. Now, if your hose has been on for a few minutes, campsite, we're just going to go ahead and go inside and open up all of our slides. Get the slides opened up, get inside and open up all of your water taps. You need to get all the air out of the lines, get a nice steady flow of water going through them, whether it be shower, sink in the bathroom, sink in the kitchen. Get all the air out of the lines, get a nice steady flow of water, shut them off, and you are all set to camp. Now let's say if you want to take this beautiful thing dry camping, you're going to have a two-step process. You're going to start by power tank fill. Set it up just like that. The only difference is blue will come down. Power tank fill will set up accordingly. Now fill it in the same spot as city water, but you're going to go inside, and where you can see the levels of your black and gray tanks, you're going to see a freshwater button. Keep an eye on that while you're filling this up. As soon as that freshwater is full, shut it off. The freshwater overflow is in this area here, and it will flood through here. So as soon as you see it full on the inside, shut that off, put your cap back on. Now you're going to switch to dry camping. These now match dry camping. Now whenever you want to utilize that water, you turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when hooked up to city water. That is already pressurized. Alright, we're all set to camp with power and water. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit, continuing here in this little docking station. Up top to the left of our auto leveling system, here's some instructions on how to use it. I'll run through the basics on it with you. We got the auto leveling done. I'll show you how to bring them back up when we leave. So that's a couple 110s. Over here, cable or satellite can plug in. You've got a freshwater, a water filter in here. Hot and cold shower here. There's this freshwater spray port that'll hook onto that. Down below here, again, all of our dry camping, city water. Here's how you set it up to winterize, and here's how you set it up to sanitize. Sanitize is just soap, pulling soapy water into your tanks and washing them out. Down here is an area that you can run your hose down through. Big slatted rack system for storage in here. Here's your water filters. Here's a handle to change that water filter. Our propane up here. Simply point this toward the tank you wish to be using, this one or the one on the other side. Lefty loosey to open. Continuing down our campsite again, or our off campsite. Again, our hot water heater. This is a food for your furnace. A few things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. Two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of that. It does get hot. There's your quick freshwater drain. There's a vent for your hood range. A big pass-through storage back here. Here's our sewage. Gray water connect. Extra gray water dump up there. Again, our power. You got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year, check the seams of your roof, and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. You're prepped for a backup camera. Your towing hitch and all information for that is right here on your bumper. Coming around your campsite, not much to talk about other than just huge storage. Your feet on your steps are adjustable. Just simply press in on that, and that'll bring those up and down. Pet leash. This will lock your opening door, your entry door, excuse me, open. I'll open this up real quick. Most of these outdoor storage handles, it takes two hands to open them. Coming over here, there's access panel to all of your water. Here's electricity and water lines there. This is some lighting for out here. This can be set to motion or regular. On in the step lights you can turn on and off here. Here's our vacuum system. Move this over. Hook up your vacuum hose, turn it on. Need a bag for that. Come over here, pull back on this, and your bag will be inside here. $110 with GFCI reset. Again, satellite cable hookup if you want to set a TV out over here. This should be your hydraulics for all of your leveling system. Your other propane over here. Coming up front, up top, we have access panel to our automatic transfer switch. That's all of your power there, or your inverter here. Batteries are in here. Check your battery posts every now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose coming down the road. Still hooking these up. Just doing finishing touches on this and cleaning it up. And here you're all prepped for a generator. And that about covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. Coming up beside the unit, first thing I usually like to point out is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway. As we come into here to our right, there's going to be our control panel. A lot of times this will just be dark. If you touch it, it'll bring you right up. We'll go to home. Now on the home page, we got several different places we can go. Master lighting on and off. So I forget how sensitive these are. You just got to touch them in the right spots. Here's where you can hook up, turn on your inverter or a wine guard antenna system. Here's where you can see the level of your tanks. Turn on your water pump or turn on your tank heaters. Tank heaters are just 12-volt pads that are on your tanks to keep them from freezing in inclement weather. It's the only time you ever want to turn them on. Shows what you're running off from, your house shore battery, house shore cord and battery. Here's our temperatures right now. Now we can go individually page. Our lights turn on and off individually, indoor and outdoor. Next, our temperatures. Let's say we want to, right here in the middle, turn the air on, crank that up on high. How quick you hear those click on. Front as well, and the rear. AC all through the unit. Shut everything off. You can also go to heat in the rear or auto, just set it to a certain temperature up here. Same thing here in the middle, you can turn on your furnace or auto. It's on high fan right now, that's why it's still running here. And then in the front you can just turn on your AC. All through it's got this nice quiet AC system. Next, our slides as well as our awning. I do want to run this front awning out. While I'm extending this, I'm going to tell you that you only want to run these awnings out, there it goes, until your flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see that silver bar. If I were to hold this extend button down, it will continue to run itself out, flip up onto itself, and start to run itself up backwards. There's your flap, there's your bar. That's as far as you want to run those. So keep an eye on them when you run them out. Make sure you don't run them out further than you need to. As I bring that in, to the left, the Truma AquaGo dial to run that hot water heater. Again, I'm going to send you a video right from them on how to run that. It's a really nice system. Get my awning the rest of the way in here. Over here, individual places I can turn on and off those lights, that awning as well, and master lighting, just a shortcut tablet really. Awning's in. This is when I can tell you that slam locks work best when gently slammed. Got a little, kind of a half of a preacher's nook here. We put your feet in there and sit down. Coming through here, we've got wireless chargers. This is, you got two curtains here. This is your emergency exit window over here. Snatch this and pull it. Push this out. I see a smoke alarm. There it is there. Down here in the corner is your 12 volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mentioned that's 12 volt, remember that is always running off your battery. Coming into our kitchen, nice nook here, our lighting here. They're just getting ready to install your dishwasher here. There'll be a separate manual on that. Speaking of manuals, a bag full of manuals here. Turn on our panel light here, as well as our oven light. Turn this to light, hit your spark, turn it to light, push it in. That's simply how quick these light up. Oh, that's my oven, don't want to do that. Over here. So there's all those burners. Make sure our oven is off. The oven, turn it, light it. Look down there, make sure your pilot light lit, and then just turn it to your desired temperature. Again, a shortcut for lighting, pendant, and ceiling. 110 here. This is a safety for your fridge. I'll put it in as soon as I show you your fridge. Beautiful Samsung residential fridge. Manual in there on it. Looks like it's Bluetooth compatible. They want to scan these to learn more about it. But if you see right here, it's this hole and this little knob. We're going to close our doors to get that in there. And that's how you're going to want your doors to be. Hard to get going here with one hand, but oh, there we go. Got it caught. You want to get this nice and snug so that your fridge doors do not pop open as you're traveling down the road. Again, sweep everything down into here, lift that up. That's where you vacuum. Coming up into our living room, sit down on what they call, oh, these are power recliners here. Push my button. Oh, that's one for over there. So this one back here is for here. We also have a heat, massage, and a light in case you can't find your remote. Use your remote here and turn the TV on. When you arrive at the campsites, go into your menu and run a digital channel scan to pick up all the local channels at the website or at the campsites. Remote here is for your fireplace. Turn that on. I can go through and show you pretty colors, all that. Over here I can make it brighter or dimmer. Up here is the important part. If it's cold in here in the morning or evening and you're at a campsite, don't waste your gas. Go ahead and crank the heat up on this. Go ahead right here to your temperature. Crank that up on high and it'll get it toasty in here in no time. Shut that off. Bring down my other chair. This last remote is for your sound bar. There's a remote. There's a manual for that as well. And flashing blue is Bluetooth. There's different modes in it, different sources to go through. Refer to your manual. Show you how quickly you can turn your sofa into a bed here. First thing you want to do, remove your back cushions. They're just velcroed on there. Standing in the middle gives you good leverage. Lift this up, hold your legs out, pull it out towards you. Lay the back down. Just that quickly, you've got another sleeping bed. Both this one and that one will do the same. There's plenty of room for both. Unfortunately, your recliners will not. The most important part of this is putting the back up. You're going to make sure you put the back up first. You go to lift the front up, you're going to damage your sofa. Again, standing in the middle gives you good leverage. Fold your legs in, jackknife, and watch your fingers. Turn your cushions. Just say quickly, you're back to a sofa. Got a lot of accent lighting in here. Again, another shortcut spot to turn everything on and off. So take us back to our bedroom. Oh, you got a max air vent here too. It's pretty cool. You just touch it, turn it on. You got to point it at it. Forget about that. Just had to get over here by it. Turn it on, and it actually opens it and turns on the fan for you. So I can cool it off here in the hot kitchen for you. So I have you turn on your AC and hit off, and it'll shut that off. Several different settings on that. You can increase, decrease the fan speed. Coming down here is our breaker box and fuses. Ton of 15s, a 10, 7.5, a couple 25s. Highly recommend having fuses with you when you go camping. Coming up in here, we've got another television. Turn that on. Again, go into menu, run a digital channel scan, pick up all your local channels. 110 there. We have an adjustable bed. Got a screen that popped out to get ready to put back in. Again, I'm trying to work around these guys while they're trying to prep your unit for you. I want you to get a video to see everything working on it. So that's where your bed adjusts. This slide will not close with this bed down. Make sure you bring this bed all the way up into the recline position before trying to close this slide. Coming into the bathroom, main thing I want to tell you is make sure that this nice glass shower door is snapped open for travel. Don't need that bouncing around. A hand crank open, power exhaust vent here. There's a max air vent remote for it. No battery in that yet. Plumbing. Lastly, I just want to mention plumbing in your unit. If you're traveling a lot with this, you're bouncing this thing up and down the road, maintain your plumbing, keep an eye on things, check them out, feel them up, make sure nothing's getting wet over time, nothing has wiggled loose. If it stays put a lot, you don't have to worry much about that. Alright, so let's act like we're getting ready to leave the campsite and close the unit up. Main thing I want to talk about is these drawers. Bedroom drawer or bathroom drawers back here must be closed. I got a line when we're closing this up. I say doors and drawers. Walk through your unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed, not just pushed like this where that can catch it, but actually closed. Okay, let me show you that again. Actually make sure these are pushed all the way in. We don't want anything impeding our slide coming in. These are our folding chairs that are extras for our dinette down there. I begin by coming to my control panel, or even here, living room ceiling lights. Come to my control panel and shut off all the lights. Now if I look around, any other lights that are on, are accent lights. So shut off my accent lights through the unit. One more up here. One on our recliner. Now I've got it nice and dark in here. I know I can come into my control panel, and just turn on the living room ceiling lights. Or come over here to the control panel and hit master lights. Now again, doors and drawers, walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede our slides from coming in. Come to our control panel. We're going to start up here, down that front slide, and hit retract. Just going to bring this slide in. I like that it actually gives you a diagram of your unit so you know what slides you're bringing in. Retracting our bedroom slide. Going I said to make sure those drawers are closed on. There's our bedroom and our bathroom back there. Let's go to our front on landing gear. Lastly, we will hit retract on hydraulic slides. That's going to bring all the rest of the slides on this side in, as well as this. In comes that one. And as I see, the last bit I forgot is my front. I see they're both on the same side on my control panel here. Off door side front slide and door side front slide. Alright, with that in, I'm going to go back to my lighting, shut off my master lights. I'm going to look outside to see if my awning lights are on. They're off. That tells me that my master lights outside are off. And exit the unit. Biggest thing on these steps, bringing them up or down, is you want to make sure your exterior door is all the way open. Otherwise, this is going to catch on it. Again, our adjustable feet. You see this slides up in here pretty easy. Before you leave the dump station, and I say that because you're going to want to get in there and check the level of your tanks as you're dumping. Lock, deadbolt this door, lift and turn that handle. That's how you want that handle for travel. Alright, we're going to go around, lock up all of our storage doors. Again, don't just close them, lock them up. If we're out dry camping, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks, hook up our hitch, and head on home or to the nearest dump station, whatever we're in need of. We're at a campsite. We're going to unhook our power, our water, our cable. Come in here and bring up our stabilizing jacks. Turn this back on. Come over here to our arrows and go to auto retract and hit enter. Again, first thing that's going to happen is the front of this is going to dip. I like to have these doors closed for that. No, you don't want to have everyone out of the way here. Make sure all vehicles are clear. Once that gets all the way down, these rear ones are going to come up. Once them are up, retract button will go off. Saying to do the front now. I can just touch the front here and that's going to bring my front up. Alright, once we've got up to our hitch height, pick up our hitch and head on home. Or to the nearest dump station, whatever we're in need of. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your main dump is going to be here at the rear where we've got this one doing a test on now. Black tank is your sewer outlet. Open this back up. So up underneath here, just above your sewage, you're going to hook your hose up and you're going to pull that black handle. Once that black handle sounds like it's no longer draining, you go on the inside and check the level of your black tank. It shows empty. Come back outside, leave that black handle open. Come up here and hook up your sewage hose, or excuse me, hook up your hose at the dump station to this black tank flush. Turn that on, let that wash out your black tank for a good 5 minutes, emphasizing leaving that black handle open. Wash all that nastiness out of there. When that's done, close that black handle, come back down here, make sure all that black washout that you have put in there has drained. Get up underneath there, close that black handle and pull the gray one. Once that gray one's no longer draining, that's going to be cleaning the water. Your sinks, your showers, that'll clean your sewage hose out for you. Take that sewage hose, come back up here, hook up to this extra gray tank here, and open up this back storage and pull this gray handle here. Again, sinks and showers, they'll clean that sewage hose out for you good. When that's done, close that gray handle there, remove that sewage hose, and conveniently and sanitarily come up underneath here, put your sewage hose in there, dump your low point drain here, your freshwater tank there, and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Redwood for many years to come. Happy camping.